Hello everyone, this is Carrie from Celestial Forecasts, bringing you another reading. So we will be taking a look at the current energy for you and your person, and ultimately what's influencing the journey or experience that you might be having right now when it comes to them. All right, guys, so I'll tap into that energy. It is general as always, so please do keep that in mind throughout this reading and only take the parts of it that truly make sense for you and your situation and release what doesn't. All right, guys, so let's get into some insight for you. All right, Sagittarius, if you've been drawn to this reading, let's take a look and see if I'm able to tap into your situation. Let's go ahead and grab some current energy cards to get things started. Angels and spirit guides, please, for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. All right, guys, first card, look at that. We have true love. This love is real and true. This is a healthy, emotional, and genuine connection. You're giving and receiving more love in your life. This may pertain to you reaching the vibration of unconditional love, or you are manifesting a high vibrational relationship. I mean, what a beautiful way to start. Let's go ahead and see if it continues. Hopefully it does. What else for Sagittarius? Current energies. And, you know, this could already be how you're feeling about this person that you're obviously thinking about for this video, this reading. And it could be clarification that that's how they feel about you too. All right, look at this though. Okay, so some of you guys might be dealing with a karmic partner situation. It does indicate this person is a karmic partner. There is a very strong pull and intensity that draws you in. They are a catalyst for your spiritual growth. Be aware of the triggers and patterns coming up for you to clear. This is a stepping stool to prepare you for true divine love. Now, isn't that interesting how it came through in that way? So for some of you guys, maybe this is clarification that that's what you're looking for. You're looking for a partnership, a relationship without any drama, just something that falls into place for you. Two people who are on the same wavelength, want the same things in life, and certainly in a partnership. But maybe this is something that needs to be addressed first in order for you to manifest true love in your life. Okay, so let's grab another card and see what else needs to come forward here. Current energies. And for some of you guys, this could actually be addressing two different people. Somebody that you know is the one for you and somebody who isn't. Could be an ex-partner who's still creating some sort of drama in your life when you know you've moved on and you're focused on somebody else that you really care for and love. All right, I've got two cards coming through and it actually flew out of the deck. We have let go of expectations. I was just going to pull three, but this one wanted to come through. Let go of expectations. And then the other one, look at that, soul to soul connection. Let me just move these guys over. All right, so let's read through the let go of expectations one. A person you're meant to connect with may be different than who you've been holding on to or who you were expecting. I mean, this storyline is just getting more and more interesting the way it's unfolding. Keep an open mind, detached from outcomes and expectations. This may pertain to releasing unhealthy expectations in a relationship. It may, again, have something to do with a karmic lesson, karmic ties that you might have to a particular individual. Okay, and I can't help but feel it might have something to do with ex-partners here that might have created some sort of tension or drama in your life. And obviously we've got the soul-to-soul connection card. You are manifesting a soul-to-soul relationship. You are connecting to the soul of another. This could be the balancing of your masculine and feminine energy. You are connecting at a deeper level. So I'm going to read it the way I call it and the way I'm feeling it. I feel we've got a couple of scenarios coming through. One has to do with a more challenging connection that you have with somebody, more than likely a past connection, and that could still be lingering today, still causing you issues and problems, or maybe they're still finding themselves attached to you and unable to fully let you go, and you're just ready to, to move on and concentrate on somebody new or somebody that you've already connected with at this point in time. And the only thing that's probably getting in the way might be this individual who either still wants to reconnect with you, but ultimately you know that you're not interested. That's part of the vibe that I'm getting. So let's see what the influence here is. You know, what's the frequency that I'm able to bring forward tied into your experience and journey when it comes to this connection. I'm feeling there's somebody that you might be focused on for this reading, Sagittarius, but there's somebody from the past who either is struggling to let you go or they're still wrapped up in the idea that they want to be with you. But maybe you've already moved on to a different connection here. It could be this person that needs to let go of any sort of expectation that they can still be with you. Okay. This one says, let's not go to bed mad, let's go mad in bed. So obviously it's picking up off of the intensity of the physical connection, but it could also be addressing, you know, maybe you guys had disagreements, arguments, and it kind of lingered, you know. Let's grab another card here for Sagittarius. What is influencing this connection right now? Your love sets my heart on fire. And again, that could be addressing somebody who might represent a divine counterpart, somebody who really could be your true love. Let's grab another here. Look at this. We have fire starter. With a single touch, sparks fly. Okay, guys, I mean, obviously take it if it makes sense. I do feel your energy through this reading that there's somebody who's captured your attention, somebody that you're very attracted to, where it could be a very physical connection. The chemistry is there. You guys are into each other. The sparks are flying, but I am picking up off of the energy, and obviously only take this part of the message if you relate to it. I do feel there could be an ex-partner who is wanting you back, but even if they're not even coming towards you or reaching out, I'm just feeling their energy could be affecting how things are going in your current partnership, because there are particular lessons this person, this karmic partner, needs to go through and learn, but maybe they are actually standing in their own way to learn that lesson because of their attachment. It could be a very unhealthy attachment that they still have towards you. You know, it could be some sort of codependent, obsessive, addictive behavior, which is very much like the devil's energy in tarot, you know? So let's see if that actually pops up once I grab some tarot messages. So let's start that. Angels and spirit guides, please, for Sagittarius. What else do we need to know here? You know, it's like a tale of two people. One that you want and one that you don't. We've got the Ten of Wands, okay? So it could be this individual from your past that seems to be carrying this heaviness on their shoulders, either tied into their past behavior or something that they did or said. They could be feeling like, you know, if I didn't do that, I'd still be with my person. And so it could also be tied into their karmic lessons. The longer they either refuse or don't acknowledge the lesson to be learned, that is also tied into how they're feeling so overwhelmed and burdened by that. All right, let's see. Let's see what else. Okay, we do have the Chariot. Some of you guys could be thinking of a Cancer. It's in the reverse. So this person could be feeling lost. Okay, it does indicate lack of control, lost, aggression, self-doubt. They're driving themselves crazy, in my opinion. You know, because the Chariot in the upright, you're in full control over the direction that you're going. It represents overcoming difficulties and challenges and coming out on top, you know? I am feeling that this person truly feels like they are lost without you. They're struggling to move forward. They're struggling to let go. and they still feel so pulled towards you. All right, let's see what else for Sagittarius. Okay, so look at this. There's the stagnant energy from the Two of Swords. And we have the Lovers card in the reverse. Loss of balance. It could also represent a one-sided situation. One-sided because you're no longer interested in this person. It represents infidelity. Possibly that's what you experienced with this person and why you're no longer together. And the disharmony of the whole situation. At one point in time, you guys were really into each other. The chemistry was there, but somebody dropped the ball. All right, let's see what else. What else for Sagittarius here? We do have the King of Swords. So we might have a situation with a masculine who was more tapped into their logical side, you know, trying to decipher this thing rationally, but not really tapped into their emotions, tapped into their heart space. So that might have created some tension between the two of you as well. You know, it's like they're known to be an otherwise intelligent person making good decisions, but when it came to this situation, perhaps they feel like they just really made some dumb mistakes. We also have the Page of Cups. For some of you guys, you might be dealing with a Pisces here. So, happy news, crush, spirituality, creativity. That's a part of the interpretation of the Page of Cups in the upright. And I'm ultimately feeling here, some of you guys might not see it coming, but when it comes to the right connection, somebody who really is coming through as your divine counterpart, there could be something that occurs here that really moves you forward in that relationship. But right now it is coming through as a situation that's stagnant, or it's just not moving because of this red light, so to speak, or red flag that's standing in the way, having to do with someone from your past that might have otherwise been emotionally immature, you know? Oh yeah, look, we've got the Ten of Swords. So it is indicating some sort of breakdown of the partnership. You know, it's like hitting rock bottom. I can't help but feel that this might be an ex-partner, again, who can't seem to accept the fact that things fell apart between the two of you, and ultimately they might have caused it, you know, because this represents some sort of deceptive energy that they betrayed you somehow. They stabbed you in the back. And this is the next card here, guys. You know, Ace of Wands. You just want something new. You are ready for something fresh, a new experience in love with somebody else. And then we've got the Queen of Wands representing the Divine Feminine. Wands represents fire. You know, Sagittarius energy is fiery, right? So my feminines, you're coming through as somebody who's vivacious. You want your independence. You could have a great sense of humor. You're confident, and that confidence is what makes you super attractive, super sexy here. You know, but I have a feeling you might be dealing with a masculine who maybe took you for granted, or they just didn't treat you right and you wanted more. So you probably decided to go in a different direction. And that's just something that they're going to have to accept, because I feel for my feminines, you already know who this represents, that soul to soul connection, right? That's what you want to be able to manifest in the 3D. Either you've already met somebody who fits the bill, or somebody that will in the future, you know? We do have the Five of Swords. Yeah, you know, I do feel there is someone from your past who definitely feels conflicted. And unfortunately, it's, you know, it's got something to do with past behavior. They definitely hurt you. Three of Swords, they broke your heart here. It was pretty traumatic when you and this person decided to break up. I have a feeling, you know, there was a little bit of pushback as far as that decision to break things off. You know, they might have created a lot of drama there. This is clarification though, Sagittarius. More than likely you did decide to just walk away from it, you know, abandon ship, so to speak. It just wasn't working. Finding a different path to travel, you know. You tried, gave it your all, and it just wasn't happening. So you decided to leave, more than likely, to end things. And then the Knight of Wands can be somebody who can certainly be very charming, very passionate. This is somebody that you would have enjoyed spending time with, but at the same time, Knight of Wands can also be known for not committing in a partnership. You know, they want to be able to have their fun and their adventures without having to commit to one partner. So that's ultimately what I'm getting here, guys. I feel, again, the title for this reading is probably The Tale of Two Lovers, the tale of two relationships. It's coming down to one from the past that you've moved on from, more than likely. You ended things and they just can't seem to accept that. And somebody else that's coming through as your ideal partner, your true love. So if you have yet to attract that person or to be able to attract a reunion, give it some time, because, you know, I really do feel that this is a partnership that has the capability to go somewhere. But going back to what we saw earlier, you know, with the Chariot, there is no movement at this point in time. So just have some patience here, guys. I have a feeling, you know, when you're meant to see progress, you'll just pick up off of that vibe, that energy. All right, so if you are interested in your own reading, that info is down below in the description box. I'll go ahead and link the decks you see here as well. Thank you guys so much. I'll see you next time.